Hi everyone, Susan Searway-Fertig with Susan Searway Art and Design, coming to you live from my studio at Artworks Downtown. As some of you saw yesterday, I announced that I'm doing an end of the year sale, and I thought I would walk you through each of the pieces that I have in the sale, tell you a little bit of background about each of the compositions, as well as, just fill you in on why I'm having a sale. Currently I'm trying to move some of my older inventory. Some compositions that you'll see today were done in college when I was at Dominican University of California, getting my degree as a BFA major with an emphasis in digital art and a BA in art history. So some of these compositions were done during my time at college, and then the rest were done recently after that. And I'm just trying to move through, make some space in the studio so that I can create some new works. Getting super excited about some new concepts and ideas for this upcoming year in 2022. So let me start off. How can you purchase these? You can actually go to the link in my bio on all of my social media posts, and you can go click to end of the year sale page, and you should be able to purchase directly through my website any of the pieces that you see here. Just to note, they do not include shipping prices. You can pick them up directly if you live in the area in San Rafael, California, from my studio, or I can arrange shipment and payment for shipping afterwards. So first off, I want to highlight this is an original oil stick drawing on paper. It is framed. Title of the piece is called Distinctiveness. It is an 11 by 14 in size, with a 2.5 inch mat, and then a silver frame, as you can see on the side. These were framed professionally a couple of years ago when I was doing my senior thesis project. These actually were part of my drawings from college days. So oil stick on paper, absolutely love this medium. You get these beautiful color transitions between them. Love the texture. As most of you know, I do include figurative work within most of my compositions. So it's hard to tell because it's abstract, but there are two figures dancing within this first composition. Regular price, these pieces are $400. Through my end of the year sale, they're going for $250. So for a framed matted piece of original artwork, you can get those online. Just go to the link in my bio and you can purchase those right away. I'm going to move on to piece number 2. It is also an oil stick on paper, same size as the other composition. This piece is called Balance Intensity, and it's an 11 by 14 oil stick on paper. This composition in particular, I was playing around with the complementary colors. Sorry for the reflections. So you get the blues and the orange, and then also playing around with the whites and blacks. Lots of movement and transition in this abstract composition. Really love the movement and the color and the flow within this piece. Just fun to sort of play around with the medium. I do use something called Turpenoid, which also breaks up the oil stick a little bit so that I can move the medium around the paper a little bit more. Here's the back. It's all ready to hang. Once again, professionally framed in a silver frame and matted. Framed size is 16 by 20, so it's kind of a standard size. If you do want to reframe it in another frame to go with the decor of your house, feel free, but otherwise, this is all ready to go. The original price is $400, and through the end of the year sale, $250. So pretty nice, beautiful composition for your home or office. And I'll move on to number 3. Number 3 is from my Persona digital art series. This is more of a recent composition. This is Move Essence. And mainly when I was printing these, I was trying out a new printer. And so this is actually a print directly on aluminum metal itself, which means that you don't actually get a pure white in this composition, but you get this beautiful light silvery color. As most of you know, within the silhouettes of my dancer series, I have layers upon layers of figures within figures, which gives it this beautiful flow and dynamic complexity in my compositions. This piece was actually used in art festivals, so it is a sample piece. There is a very, very minor bend at the top, but if you wanted to put it in a frame, the size of this piece is 16 by 20. It would flatten out. Absolutely love the green movement in this composition. One of my favorites, and is becoming a good bestseller as well. Regular price for this is $250, but on sale, Move Essence is for $95 for today. So I'm going to move on to a couple different mediums now. I'm going to move on to actually original oil painting on canvases. So these were done after college, but they were done in life drawing, painting, and drawing sessions that I was taking actually still through Dominican. Alumni could audit classes, and so I took advantage and continued to work from a live model within a classroom to get this composition done. The size of this piece is actually a pretty substantial size. It's 30 inches by 40 inches. As I said, it's an original oil painting on canvas. Let me rotate it around. I do use my canvases sometimes multiple times, so I do gesso over old compositions if they aren't moving around. But this one, I just absolutely love the color palettes, the brightness of the yellow, greens, and blues together. As you can see, it's a seated figure. I'll come in close so that you can see some of the brush strokes and the movement. As you know, movement and color are always big in all of the work that I do. It's one of my main focuses. This is primarily a seated pose, figurative model. Just always fun to see, for me also, some of my earlier works in the studio and the compositions. So first, this is Persona oil figure number 4. Original price is usually $600 for a 30 by 40 inch composition, but I have it on sale for $375. As I mentioned earlier, you can pick these up from the studio in San Rafael, or if you would like it shipped, I can figure out the shipping cost to you. Moving on to piece number 5. We have another large, same size as the previous piece. This is a 30 by 40 inch. Another original oil painting on canvas. As you can see, super bright colors, another seated figurative model piece. I always love working from a model. There's nothing like working from life in painting and drawing. I think it's very important to have observation from a person in person, and so you can get proportions and understand how the figure is within a two-dimensional space, and try to interpret and capture a three-dimensional figure on a 2D plane. Really love these bright colors. As you can tell, movement, color, figurative, those are all things that I love in my artwork. Switching to another medium. Oh, price on this piece, sorry. This is Persona oil figure number 15. Original price is usually $600 for a 30 by 40 inch canvas, and I have this on sale right now for $375. Super steel, would look great in a bedroom or a large bathroom if you have wall space there. Moving on to another medium. As you can tell, I like to do a variety of different work in a lot of different mediums. This is an original watercolor. So I'm going to come in here. These are figure gesture paintings that I do in life drawing classes, kind of like before in the paintings, on canvas, but this is just a smaller watercolor. Absolutely love the openness of the white, the movement of the color. Watercolor is just a fun medium to play around with. So I'm always experimenting and trying out new things. Lovely imperfections sometimes makes the most beautiful artwork. So this figurative composition is watercolor number 15. Usually, so it's an 8x10 matted watercolor to 11x14 is the size of the mat. So it can go in a standard frame size, or you could place it on a bookshelf or whatever you want. Regular price is usually $125, and this one is on sale for $60. So $60 for an original piece of artwork to go into your home or office space would be lovely. I'm going to move on. I believe the next 3 compositions are going to be from the same series. So this is my other series that I have really developed. This is a Grapevines Persona series, inspired by our love of wine tasting, grapevines, nature, etc. This piece in particular is, let's see, Chardonnay vine number 5. So the Chardonnay part actually comes from the silhouette itself of the composition. Was a photograph when we went wine tasting around Chardonnay grapes. And then I do a photo montaging technique on the interior, kind of like my other digital art series, but this is with photography as a basis. Absolutely love this composition because of the blues and the greens intertwined with the black of the composition. I think it really is a stunning piece. The size of this one is 16 by 20 inches. It's a direct print on the aluminum, like the previous one. So you get this sort of light silverish color on the piece. I do see you're seeing reflections. Sorry about that. Always hard to photograph anything with metal or with glass, but you can sort of get the essence of it. Beautiful piece. Usually they're $250. This is on sale through my end of the year sale for $95. Just lovely. This one also comes with a backing. Some of my compositions I don't have the backings attached, but I can sell hangers and include those with you in the purchase. Moving along, we'll move into vine number 2, which is another composition from a Grapevines Persona series. This is piece number 8, vine 2, so limited edition metal print. This piece in particular is, I don't actually have what type of a silhouette this is. This is actually Pinot Noir, I believe, silhouettes. And the fun thing about this composition is the yellows were actually natural colors of the grapevines that I was taking during a sunset. So we got these luscious little umber yellows, little bit of beautiful goldish colors. And I decided not to play around with levels to adjust the colors in this composition, but leave them the original colors of the photographs. Once again, it is 16 by 20. This one does not have backing attached to it, so if you wanted to go into a traditional frame, it could go directly into that. You could take off the glass as well. You don't need that because it's metal. This is an art festival sample, so there might be little bits of wear and tear, but the composition still stands out pretty strong. Moving on to the last one in this series. So this is Pinot Gris vines number 1, and you get these beautiful luscious autumn colors. with the reds and the yellows, little bits of green here and there, and the oranges. I absolutely love this black movement area that then gets into the silhouette of the grapevines itself. Just always super fun. Photomontaging technique is one of the things that I really enjoy doing. It's kind of very meditative for me, almost figuring out a puzzle or digital collaging. Relaxes me very much, but there's usually over 150 layers upon layers of photographs within my Grapevines Persona series. So kind of fun to see all the beautiful details within the composition. So this is piece number 9, Pinot Gris vine number 1. Size again is 16 by 20. Original price is $250 through the link in my bio, which goes to the end of the year sale. It's on sale for $95. Moving on to, sorry about that. Moving on to a few new pieces, or a few older pieces, but different compositions. This is actually an original darkroom black and white photography composition. So when I was in college, during the BFA program, we got to experience all different mediums. So working with traditional black and white photography was one of the requirements. Absolutely loved the medium. It was super fun going into the darkroom. Number one, even before the darkroom, to develop the film itself was a process, and then going into the dark room and getting the right timing and exposure to get your compositions. As some of you know, I am a musician. I came from a musical family. Every member of my family actually plays an instrument, but my main instrument that I chose to learn how to play was the cello. Absolutely loved it. Always love hearing instrumental music, both in movies, musicals, as well as in person in concerts. So very near and dear to my heart. So when I was in college, I took a series of photographs of my cello. So this is my personal cello. Haven't played it in quite a few years, but absolutely love the composition. So this was, I believe the size is a 13-inch by 9-inch original darkroom black and white traditional photography piece. This is mounted on a 16 by 20 board, so you can put it in a standard 16 by 20 frame. Some of the beautiful things that I love about it is you get to see the beautiful shape of the bridge, the individual strings of the cello, the little black shapes of the holes so that you can hear the sound vibrate through the cello itself. So anyway, so this is number 10, cello. Traditional darkroom black and white photography composition. Original price is usually $400. It's on sale through the sale for $200. But one of my favorite compositions. Number 11 has sold. That was another photograph, but that was of a piano study of the inside of a piano. Moving on to the last 3 items today. Number 12, this is a limited edition digital art paper print of one of the original 10 pieces of Persona digital art series. This is Spirit of Dignity. It is signed and numbered underneath the mat. It's an 8 by 10. With the mat, its size is 11 by 14. Done in a plastic so that it can be shipped to you. Really, really love this composition of the movement throughout. I was working with traditional ballet poses and shapes. I actually have a book on techniques about ballet poses. How are your hands supposed to be done? How are your feet supposed to be placed correctly. And that was the main inspiration within this original 10-piece series. The inside of these compositions were my original drawings of oil stick on paper. So the oil stick and paper that I showed at the very beginning, this series, these were actually scanned into the computer, and then I created the silhouettes in one computer program, did a photo montaging technique with the scans on the inside, and this is what you get at the end. This piece in particular, regular price is $225. End of the year sale price is $150. So beautiful composition. This is one of my best sellers. A lot of people really love the dynamic of this blue and white shapes and movement. Moving on to second to the last piece is going to be another limited edition matted print. This is of Body and Soul. This is version number 1. It is 8x10 matted to an 11x14 size. Mainly, as the one previous, used the oil stick on paper as the basis of the original color palette for the compositions on the inside of these. These compositions, the earlier ones, do not have the whole 150 or so layers upon layers. Since it was at the beginning of the series, it had less layers in them. I've gotten them more complex in my more recent work, but still a lovely piece. As I said, based on traditional ballet shapes and movements. The hands, the fingers, and the feet are two areas that I really like to focus on to make sure that I'm capturing the shape correctly. So here this one is. I'm going a little bit further. There we go. And original price, their regular price is $225, but they're on sale for $150. They are signed and individually numbered underneath the mat, and then I also signed and numbered. These are actually with my maiden name, so something a little bit fun. And the last piece, I'm gonna have to swing around, so hopefully you don't get a little bit of vertigo. But the last piece I have is a large oil stick on paper composition, and this is actually framed. So the size, let me see, I'm gonna adjust a few things. So the size of this piece was actually used in my senior thesis. The size of it is actually 38 by 50, framed in this beautiful 3-inch black frame. It does have plexiglass on the top, so it's not glass, so that at least helps for safety of transition and movement of this. This piece in particular is a pickup only in the studio. I do actually have 2 other pieces framed in the same style, same composition, color palettes as well. So the complementary colors were the orange and the blues and the interaction with that, and predominantly white. Most of the time I do not use black in my drawings and in my watercolors or my paintings. So black is one of those colors I usually don't pick up that often. But I do use it heavily in my digital art compositions. So absolutely love the detail of this piece. Let me see if I can get it a little bit closer. You can really start to see the movement of the oil stick medium a little bit better. We have these beautiful lush dark areas of Parisian blue, which is one of my favorites. And as I said earlier, through all of my pieces, I do include a figure in my abstract work. But as you can see with an abstract work, they're a little bit harder to see, but I know that she is in there dancing and enjoying the movement. So this piece in particular is extremely discounted. Original price is usually $3,000 $100 for the frame compositions, but for special for the end of the year, trying to clear out some stock that I've had for a number of years. Sale price, I believe, is $950. So that is the last piece I wanted to highlight today. Let me get this off. So thanks for stopping by, seeing a lot of the artwork. As I mentioned earlier, this is my end of the year sale, highlighting a variety of different artworks in different styles, different mediums. If you're interested in any of the pieces that I highlighted today, feel free to reach out to me. You can purchase directly through my website, susanserwayart.com, or go to the link in the bio, and it will go directly to my end of the year live sale. Sale does end midnight on December 31st. So hopefully if you see anything you like, feel free to pick it up before then. If you have any questions, please let me know. Hope everyone is doing well, enjoying the holidays. Stay safe for New Year's Eve, and look forward to seeing you in 2022. Talk to you later. Bye.